Ever wondered how the affluent invests? To talk more on this, we have here with us Rajesh Kannan, who is the MD head of Global Indian and head of Wealth and Retail Banking UAE, Jersey, UK, Standard Chartered Bank. Hello, sir.
Hi, Ridhima.
Sir, I want to start by asking you that who is this Global Indian and what sort of net worth are we looking at this when we say this?
Okay. Ridhima, typically the term global Indian will cover what we know normally as people who are non-resident Indians, as well as what we know are people of persons of Indian origin, the OCI. But we also include in this term today, Ridhima, anyone who is even a resident Indian, but who has a global outlook. Because we believe all of these people at the end of the day, the term Indian is common. In addition, the term a global outlook on their personal life, on their business life, as well as in the way they want to manage their wealth is common. So that is the global Indian for us.
And what are the current trends we see the Global Indian investing in?
Actually, if you are a resident Indian, most of your investments are pretty much in India. But we do see a lot of resident Indians who, using the LRS route, are now looking to invest globally in many of our products. Usually, these products that we offer are part of our asset allocation advice, and that could be funds, that could be into equities, and so on. Globally, the Indians who are outside the country, they follow largely a global outlook, as I said. So then their investments are diversified. Again, we offer our own set of advice on what they could invest into from an asset allocation and geography standpoint. And that is what we usually like our clients to invest into as well.
So, how do they invest? What are the trends or investment in global equity and gold and real estates? All of them.
Yeah. So, see, each individual client has their own preferences in terms of what they would like to invest in. But we put out an asset allocation advice on this around equities, on gold, and so on. And most of that is captured in some of our core products. Say, for instance, what we offer as signature series of funds out of our global markets. So that is normally where the investment will go into for a lot of our clients.
That is for which category, the global equity or real estate gold or
Real estate is not a direct, we don't provide any advice on that. But if there are real estate investment companies, then they are part of our asset allocations and they could be there. Gold is a part of our asset allocation in our advice, so that goes into gold as well. The rest of it will largely be equities, US equities, or it could be emerging market equities as well. Again, this advice changes over a period of time. So typically it is dynamic in nature. We typically publish that in a year and then it changes over a period of time. Yeah.
so currently, what are the global equity sectors which the global Indians are looking at?
I can't pinpoint Ridhima very specifically around if they are looking at any one particular sector or the other. But yes, investing in global equities is a trend, and that could have combinations of multiple geographies. So there's no particular trend that I can actually pick up and say this is where global Indians are investing at this point of time.
The US markets or any specific markets they're looking at?
The U.S. markets are, of course, a very attractive one for many investors, and it is also It is also an area that we have actually positive views on. So clients who are, who look to that advice will invest in those global equities, including the U.S. markets.
And so, what sort of number increase do you see in the global Indians in the coming years?
Ah, good question. Actually, we've been seeing double-digit growth in this space for the last few years. It did, recede a bit during the COVID period, but after that, it has increased again. I think it will continue to be at that double-digit growth rate for the foreseeable future as well.
Approximately, if you could give us a digit on that.
It's anywhere between the 10 to 15% range, at least. That is where we see that number typically growing.
And one more question is that where do you see that what sort of strategies do you sort of implement to get more clients or how to handle and cater to the growing this level of global India?
Well, our strategies typically are, our acquisition is led by our people in the branches. It is led by partnerships that we are getting into in some of our markets. It is also led through our digital advertising and so on. So that's the normal channels that we use for acquisition. One big source of our acquisition is typically our own clients. I mean, when you have a satisfied client, it is the best thing that you can have because they are able to refer more clients. So, a big portion of that comes from our own clients. And I'm happy to say that in many of our markets, we have some of the best, what we call as advocacy scores, which is net promoter scores. And so that results in a fair amount of business that our own clients are referring clients to us who come and bank with us and become full fledged relationships.
So sort of a referral is what works for you. Okay. And one more thing that last year we were reading that a lot of people from outside are buying real estate over here. So anything on that you would like to add on?
A lot of people buying real estate.
Real estate in India, like the affluent class was
Yeah.
going for real estate in India.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say on that trend per se?
I think, see, a lot of people, for a lot of the global Indians, at the end of the day, there is a home in India, whether it is their own home or extended home. So there will always be a demand for, property here. I think it is a trend that I've seen for many years, and I guess it will keep continuing in that manner. So it is part of what they want to do from establishing a home back in India perspective. Yes.
Thank you so much for those insights.